fuck is up, gamers? Gamers, I've eaten no food today because I made the mistake of eating too much yesterday, and I woke up not even hungry. I was like, ooh, my tummy, ooh. God fucking damn it. There we go. Hold on. I need to make sure I'm at the right spot. Yeah, okay, cool. As I was saying, I ate too much food yesterday. And I wasn't even hungry when I woke up, and then I went for a walk to do Pokemon Go. Because I started Saturday morning, I was at, I was at like 400,000 experience points into the next level, and now I'm at 6.6 million, because they're doing 4 times catch XP, which then lucky egg to another 8 times. I think I talked about this a few episodes ago. But what am I doing? Capital offenders file. Okay. Anyways, I needed to get from level 69 to level 70 because you get the Master Ball, increased bag space, increased lucky egg chance, all of these things. And yesterday, it was hot as shit. It was comically hot outside. And I was like, fuck this. I'm going home. Went home, recorded the last episode. And then my buddy called and he was like, yo, it's 4th of July. Come barbecue. And I'm like, let's go. So, ate barbecue. I had already eaten my full day's calories. I was done. You know what I mean? I was at 1,800 consumed. And there was pasta salad, potato salad, ribs, chips, cake. So thank God I burn a lot of calories just existing, you know what I mean? Thank God I was shooting for a huge deficit by my day's consumption already. You know what I mean? So I had enough wiggle room that it was only a 1,200 calorie surplus, which isn't crazy. Like, it's a lot, but like, it's not even half a pound, you know what I mean? It's really not that bad. For a holiday, I think it's not that bad. And had I known that he was doing something, you know, I wouldn't have eaten the first 1,800, which would have kept me at a deficit, or at least maintenance, because I am guesstimating a good lot of it. So that's that. So we need to get Mr. Shemspeare's motivation, which is, I know what it is. The idea, they're going to explain it. I'll spoil it for you. Not because I read it, but because I pieced it together, is he wants to get into where Natsume lives because he's either going to find a clue or find where the treasure has been locked up that this guy Selden never actually got rid of.
That's an official police report, is it not?
The Selden file? How did you get a hold of that?
Selden? The now sadly deceased Mr. Ross and the defendant Mr. Natsume have only one thing linking them. The fact that they had lodgings in the same room.
Well, yes, we know this, certainly.
A room that was formerly occupied by Selden. Until, that is, he was arrested by Scotland Yard for his involvement in multiple burglaries.
I see.
And it so happens that the convict Selden left behind one very substantial mystery when he died.
The some 1,000 pounds worth of loot that he stole, which as yet remains to be found.
Ah, yes, of course. It's coming back to me now. It's written in his file here.
1,000 pounds lost en route to hell. That was how the paper summed it up.
And it seems that one particular fellow inmate was with the convict in his final moments. It's not hard to imagine Selden entrusting that inmate with his most closely guarded secret, the location of the stolen loot, and perhaps a key to unlock whatever container the valuables were in. Are they trying to say that Shamspeare was the inmate, and that's why he has the key? Or that Duncan Ross was the inmate? It was Shamspeare. Shamspeare was the fucking inmate.
Oh, you mean this key is...
Mr. Shamspeare, it was you, wasn't it? You were at the capital offender's side when he died, were you not? What are you talking about? It is a false charge, I tell you, a false charge! What? So he was the criminal then?
The name of the inmate who was with Selden at his death isn't noted in this file, but a simple telegram to the prison where he died would quickly tell us how false the charge really is.
But even if it's true, why would the man be so intent on killing every subsequent occupant of the convict's lodgings?
There's only one explanation for that, my lord. It was in that very room that Selden hid his loot. How have they not found it the sheer amount of times we've looked around in there?
So, it all comes out.
Yes, and having established that, all of Mr. Shamspeare's subsequent actions start to make perfect sense.
When he was let out of prison following Selden's death, he made immediately for Mr. Garadeb's lodgings in the hope of renting Selden's old room. However, the retired army man was unable to offer him the accommodations of his choice.
Because Selden's old room had already been let to somebody else, Mr. Duncan Ross.
Oh!
Which is why Mr. Shamspeare subsequently devised his gas-based plot to kill the occupant of the room. And when he was successful, he presumably intended to inquire about switching into the newly vacant room.
How did he know to kill them that way? However, that's what I want to know. A certain jittery someone had beaten him to it.
Mr. Soseki Natsume, the defendant of this case, no less.
So you decided to use the ploy with the gas again, didn't you, Mr. Shamspeare? This time to oust Mr. Natsume. All for one simple and avaricious reason. To get your hands on the 1,000 pounds of loot left behind by the dead convict. Oh! You! Ah! Ah! What do you have to say to that, idiot? Looks like I'm gonna snuff it before they get to stretch me neck. Listen, I want... Oh.
Look, listen, I want you to have me loot. Anything to stop the coppers from getting their mitts on it. It's hidden in the room where I was lodging when they got me. Hey, this is the key to it. Take it. Always stay one step ahead, mate. See you in hell, I guess. Shamspeare. He sounds like this because he's fat and British, mate. That's what he sounds like. Crikey.
Spine! What did he just say? It's mine! That loot is mine! Oh my god! What the fuck? Mr. Shamspeare? It's all lies! I don't accept any of it! Why should I? After all, you don't have a shred of evidence! You can't prove I killed that fellow! Russell! I'm the victim here, remember? Isn't that right, ladies and gentlemen? If I don't admit to it, there's nothing you can do! You can't arrest me, for the time being anyway! Verily, you can't arrest the victim, can you? Isn't that right, ladies and gentlemen? I'm so close! I just need a few more hours! I swore to myself that I'd get my hands on it, and I can almost taste it now! Do you really think I'd just give up? There's no question in my mind now. This man is guilty through and through.
But he seems so utterly intoxicated by the idea of that loot. I'm afraid that however hard you press him, he'll never admit to what he's done, Mr. Naruhodo.
How do I prove it? There is a way.
Pardon?
There's one way I can finish him.
No!
He's already committed the most heinous crimes to get his hands on that loot. Which means all we need to do is find it first?
A fine plan, were it not for the fact that the police thoroughly searched the room following the death of Mr. Ross. If it's there at all, it must be very well hidden indeed.
Without conclusive evidence, I certainly cannot rule.
If only there was some way we could find the convict's loot quickly.
This is the final piece in this complex puzzle. I'm not going to look at the walkthrough. I want to see if I can figure this out. But we might have it in our possession already. Or rather, I think we may well have something that can help us find where the loot is hidden. My lord!
Yes, counsel.
The defense would like to make a proposal about how to find the late convict's hidden loot. I believe we are already in possession of something that could give us a clue as to its whereabouts. He's sweating. It's our last chance, so it has to be worth a gamble. Besides, we've used the same technique once already, and it definitely paid off then. I'm assuming he's talking about the, like, skin thing.
Very well then, counsel. Let the court hear your idea.
Is it not... Hold on. I can afford to lose... The skin, yeah, this is it.
Take that!
Yeah, that's it, I'm right.
If I'm not mistaken, those are Mr. Shamspeare's handprints on the wall of his lodgings.
Was I right? Yeah, I was right. That's right, my lord. Exposed as a result of the defense's independent investigation of the scene.
Based on a wonderful new discovery in the field of forensic science by the great detective, Mr. Sholmes.
A great detective? Is that some kind of joke? Do you really think I'm going to be daunted by a man with such a ridiculous title?
I should think the great bard also recognized such a title when he hears one, Mr. Shamspeare. Perhaps we should compete for the honor of most ridiculous title.
Ah! 'Tis Sherlock Holmes himself!
What are you doing here, great detective? Your usual haunts are the filthy back streets of the capital, are they not?
Ah, Mr. Reaper, it's been too long, and I see your complexion has worsened since we last met.
Mr. Sholmes! He does know Lord Van Zeeks, then. Well enough to say something like that in any case.
Mr. Sholmes, though you may be heralded as a great detective by the population at large, that does not give you the right to come and go in my courtroom as you see fit.
If I may, my lord, Mr. Sholmes' newly developed scientific method has helped us uncover vital clues in this case already.
Clues, you say?
I call them skin prints, my lord. My method identifies every location touched by an individual under scrutiny. It's the method by which we were able to ascertain this gentleman's gas pipe activities. Oh! You need only a small sample of something the individual has previously touched to make an indicator solution. In that case, sir, I used the teacup you'd been holding. Elementary! So now, Mr. Naruhodo...
Yes?
What am I to use as a sample to make the indicator solution this time?
Thank you for offering to help, Mr. Sholmes. When the convict was arrested, he was living in what is now Soseki-san's room. Present a person. Okay. And then I want to get...
Take that!
I want to get the achievement for that, so I'm not reading the dialogue. Okay, good, I got the achievement, I got it. Alright, shut up. Pick olive green.
Take that!
Miss Green!
Oh! Me? What do you want with me?
The key around your neck, if you please.
Sorry?
That key belonged to Selden. There will be remnants of secretion from the man's skin on its surface that we can use.
Very true.
That is the sample we need. Using it, we can create the indicator solution required for Mr. Sholmes' skin print seeker. And find out exactly what Selden touched in the room that he used to rent.
Mr. Shamspeare, as one great to another, I assure you, if the late convict's hole is hidden somewhere in his former lodgings, I shall uncover it in no more than 30 minutes.
So, Mr. Shamspear, the truth is well within our grasp now, and as such, you will never get your hands on Selden's stolen wealth!
In that case, I'll gladly let Mr. Sholmes have this key.
He's ready to pounce! Watch him! No! Give that key to me! The detective shan't have it! It's over, Mr. Shamspear! No! You're out of options now. There's only one thing left for you to do. Admit your guilt! Whoa! A shamble spear! Dispel! Be thy name! Oh shit. I never intended to kill the man. I just wanted to drive him out of the room, and that's all. So you'd have time to find the convict's haul of stolen goods? There were so many better ways. If you just wanted him out, there were so many better ways to do that. Somebody else broke into your room, break into theirs.
Yet after you killed the young man, you still didn't move into the room.
I asked the landlord, of course. I pleaded with him, but he refused. Why? I was 3 months behind with the rent, for one thing. Mr. Garadeb really has had to put up with a lot. And he had the gas repair work done immediately afterwards, putting the room out of action for a while. And then, this Japanese man swooped in at just the right moment to sign the new lease.
Poor Mr. Natsume. What unfortunate timing.
Then, 5 days ago, after the incident on Briar Road when the Japanese fellow got himself arrested, I thought I'd finally have my chance, but it wasn't to be.
No, the scene was sealed off and guarded by the police night and day.
And if I remember rightly, Mr. Sholmes spent the whole day in there reading books.
I couldn't even enter the room, let alone search for the loot. Which is why, on the day Mr. Natsume was acquitted and returned to his room, you once again tried your trick of blowing air into the gas pipe that feeds the stove in his room.
Unbeknownst to you, however, that action would lead you into a deadly trap.
William Shamspear, how does it go? To be or not to be, that is the question.
From Shakespeare's Hamlet, Act 3, Scene 1.
Well, let me tell you, in your case, it's not to be. That is the answer. You deserve to die for what you've done.
Damn! She's not wrong, but oh my god. I didn't even realize she was on a box this whole time. I didn't even pay attention. She's tiny. Oh, now we get to this part.
At first, I really did think it was just a terrible accident. I'll never forget our conversation the night before Duncan died.
Oh, Jesus.
The gas supply in my dear lodgings are a complete disaster, you know, Olive. The gas supply...
The gas supply?
Yes, the stove always seems to go out in the middle of the night for some reason.
That's no joke.
They say it's the convict's curse.
Oh, Duncan, please don't stay there. I don't care how cheap it is.
Alright then, if it's that important to you, I'll start looking for a new place.
There are spare rooms at my house. Why don't you leave that horrible room tonight?
No, I better not. We said we wait until we graduated before we told our parents, remember?
But that was the last time we ever spoke. That very night he fell victim to the gas. If only I'd known it was going to happen, I'd have insisted he left that horrible room that instant. But instead, all I've been left with is bitter regret. I stopped going to school, but something kept drawing me back to the house on Briar Road. I saw a stooped eastern-looking man with a mustache coming out of the house one day when I was there. He walked up the road to Grubb's Grubbery for some food, so I followed him. and sat myself down next to him. He had some watery-looking soup and started to pick a quarrel with the publican.
That place is cursed, I tell you, cursed! The ghost of that convent who used to live there is trying to suffocate me! I wake up in the middle of the night, freezing to death because the stove has gone out! The room is full of gas and I can hardly breathe! But the pipes have been checked, no problem there. It's like I'm the problem! That's what they're thinking!
But how could that be? Duncan was gone, and now this man had almost suffered the same fate. Could it really be a curse? Then I remembered a rumor I'd heard about how the gas companies go around investigating the gas installations.
A rumor? Ah, you mean...
Yes, everybody's heard the stories, it seems, about how they go around checking the pipes.
How anything connected to the gas can be extinguished by blowing air into the pipework.
That's when it started. A little flicker of doubt in the back of my mind that just wouldn't go away. Was it really an accident, though? Once I'd had the idea, it wouldn't leave me alone. It plagued me day and night. So I bought this at one of the black markets in the East End.
Black market?
I'd never been. I just heard people talk about them. And you really can buy anything you can think of there. In some ways, being able to get my hands on this so easily made me even more determined. I had to find out one way or another. Was Duncan's death an accident, or was it murder?
And your chosen method for establishing the truth was simple, but highly effective. Smear poison on the gas pipe you suspected the man of tampering with, and wait.
If Mr. Shamspeare was found innocent, nothing would come of what you'd done. But if he was guilty, he would pay for his crimes dearly. I mean, in that case, is she actually a criminal? Because they would have put him to death for killing somebody, right? And there was no way for it to harm anyone. I think she should get away with this. I think her only crime is not coming forward when Natsume was put in prison. I think, if anything, trespassing and, you know, a little bit of criminal mischief, I think, is all she should get.
I found out the name of the man I suspected, William Shamspeare, and then I wrote him this little note.
Yeah, I mean, trespassing / breaking and entering.
I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on 17th. Don't tell anybody else about this letter or the meeting. It is a matter of utmost importance. If he'd done it, I knew that would worry him enough so he'd be sure to go. So I waited to see if it worked.
And of course, Mr. Shamspeare followed the instructions to the letter.
I worked out where the gas pipe was straight away, so I smeared a good amount of the poison I'd bought all around the mouth of the pipe. At the time praying that the devil's work wouldn't be done, and that it was all just some wild fantasy. Actually, no. All the time praying that the devil's work would be done, and that the culprit would get his just desserts.
Yeah, you know a lot about just desserts, huh? She's actually a criminal. I'm actually mad at her. I changed my mind. Our boy Natsume almost got put to death because of that shit. I'll change my mind, actually. I hope they get her for this shit. I'm actually really mad. I'm not gonna lie.
3 days ago, when you first stood in the dock before me, this whole affair seemed relatively straightforward.
Yes, my lord!
I certainly never imagined from the depths of depravity that we should subsequently find lurking beneath the scenes.
I misread that.
It has been a long road, my Nipponese friend.
There's like a thing that explains how it happened, but I think we beat that horse to death. Oh, yes!
And one I certainly didn't envisage walking with you.
Nevertheless, together, we have reached the light at the end of the tunnel, as it were. Miss Green.
Yes, my lord.
You will henceforth be stripped of your freedom as punishment for the attempted murder of Mr. William Shamspeare.
Yes, I know.
And you, Mr. Shamspeare, you will be tried for the murder of Mr. Duncan Ross in cold blood, and the subsequent attempted murder of Mr. Sosuke Natsume here present.
Mr. Naruhodo,
Ah, yes?
yesterday at the hospital, when you and your friend stopped me from
ending your life by drinking what was left in the poison bottle.
I wasn't myself. I can't even really remember what was going through my mind. To be or not to be, I suppose. That's a question that's so hard to answer. It seems.
Well, personally, I'm glad of your being here, Miss Green.
Oh!
And I'd like to believe that it's a blessing for it's a blessing Mr. Shamspeare didn't die when he ingested the poison. For your sake, at the very least. Yeah, you would have been put to death. I don't think they're actually going to kill you for this.
Because of you, I chose life, not death. And now you've made the truth come out at last.
Could you not, like, argue, though, that, like... Never mind. I was going to say, like, really, they were going to kill Shamspeare if he was caught. I think the fact that he formally wasn't tried, it means that's just regular murder, I think.
Really, I can't thank you enough.
Oh, Miss Green.
Mr. Sosuke Natsume,
Yes, my lord!
the court declares that you are exonerated from all blame in this matter. Accordingly, I would call upon the ladies and gentlemen of the jury to present a verdict of not guilty.
You're in full agreement, my lord.
In that case, I hereby declare the defendant not guilty!
Hey, let's go! Let's go! We did it! Woo!
Wow, they got fireworks inside is actually kind of crazy. Yesterday was July 4th. It's kind of crazy. So, this other one is called The Return of the Great Departed Soul. I cannot imagine what the fuck that even means. Because you can see, so it's The Return of the Great Departed Soul, Twisted Karma, and his last bow. I'm presuming it's bow. It could be last bow, and it's like a fucking, like... You know what I mean? It could be some crazy shit. And then the last one is just the resolve of Ryunosuke Naruhodo, which I'm really hoping the last trial goes hard, because as much as I dislike this game, I don't dislike it, you know what I mean? Like, I still fuck with Ace Attorney, I fuck with the world, I'm invested, this is the second game at this point, I give a shit, you know what I mean? Like, I am fully in the shit, just, goddamn, does this take forever. Anyways,
Court is adjourned.
but I am hoping that the next trial is better, and then the second to last trial is really good, and then I'm hoping the finale is just fucking peak, because with a name like The Resolve of Ryunosuke Naruhodo, it has to be peak. If it's bad, I'm gonna be so pissed.
Oh, yes, yes, at last! Divine justice duly done!
It's hard to do his voice when he's not fucking screaming.
Divine justice? My dear fellow, if there were any divine justice in this world, you would shave that moustache!
No! This has nothing to do with my mustache!
Some say that a luxuriant mustache is a sign of physical prowess, Mr. Sholmes.
You consulted Mr. Naruhodo, Esquire! Once again, you've saved me from doom!
I'm very happy to have been able to help, Mr. Natsume. Congratulations on your acquittal. You're second in almost as many days. Jesus, yeah, oh my god.
I was first acquainted with and gained affection for English literature whilst in our great homeland empire. And then, by a twist of fate, I was brought to the land that bore the fruit of that literature. Only, the city of bricks and mortar became my prison. Try as I might, I never found my feet here. In the end, I confined myself to my room and lived life through friendly old books.
You've had such a difficult time, haven't you? Ah, but a week ago now, I dragged you out of that dark and dingy room of yours, did I not?
You did, and I've seen more life in this week than in all of my years to date. And for the first time,
I feel I've begun to see the true face of the English that's been so far hiding from me behind the wall of fog.
My dearest fellow, there's nothing special about the true face of the English, as you put it. Wheresoever one goes in the world, humans are human. There are few genuine differences.
Yes, I think you're right. I finally started to see that, and I've come to understand something. I've worked out why I was attracted to English literature in the first place. It made me see that whatever our nationality, we humans all have the same hopes and fears. We're all just doing our best to live.
Well said. I've come to feel the same way. So let's go home. Get the fuck out of here. Jesus.
I've made a decision, too.
This is a hard voice to do when he's not screaming.
I'm going to cut short my study tour here and return to Japan.
What?
Just when we become friends here in England. What a terrible shame.
Oh, I know. That does tug at my heartstrings. It really does. But I've decided I'd like to take everything I've learned here in Britain and write something of my own. Novel of sorts, I suppose.
Oh my! So you'll be creating your own literature, Mr. Natsume? How wonderful!
Oh, well, no, I mean, I wouldn't presume to call it literature.
Why not? When that is precisely the definition, Mr. Moustache.
I want you to know, by the way, this is still fucking preamble to, like, the actual game. Like, this is, like, what is it? The Adventure of the Blossoming Attorney with Susato? That was, like, tutorial, right? Like, that was, like, the beginning. And then this is a fucking flashback to, like, during the events of the other game.
I suppose you're right, yes. It will, in a way, be literature. But as of now, all I know is I'd like to try my hand at writing. I have no delusions of grandeur.
Because Susato leaves at the end of the other ones. This is during the first game. Like, we're still not at new content.
I, for one, would love to read your work. Well, all things considered, it may be for the best. After all, you have once again emerged victorious from a battle with the Reaper.
That's very true.
And there's no salvation for a person in the dock when the Reaper is the prosecutor. The desire to return post-haste to the perceived safety of your homeland is one I quite understand. My goodness, yes! This was such a terrifying prospect! I'd get the fuck out of here!
But that's not why I'm leaving! I'm mad!
Objection! That's cute. I like that. I like that a lot. And that was the case that we found ourselves embroiled in 6 months ago now. Sozeki-san did indeed return to Japan, and submitted a report about both cases to the government. It was on reading that report that Professor Miko Toba was prompted to visit the scholar, and barely any time later, Susato-san was given the news that she must return to Japan as well, on the back of a telegram stating falsely that her father had fallen gravely ill. The only possible explanation that comes to mind... Hold on. I'm gonna, like, try and avoid all of that. Okay, I avoided most of that. So this walkthrough I'm using, the reason I knew Shamsir existed, I don't even know if you saw that part, but I knew Shamsir existed because when I pulled it up, it gives, like, a fucking, like, table of contents or some shit, or like a character profile with, like, the whole fucking case laid out, so you don't get to see any of it. So all I saw was some lady that, like, looked stupid, you know what I mean? She looked like a fucking bitch, I don't know. The day we uncovered the loot hidden by the now deceased convict in his former lodgings. So I had to, like, skip through it because I was like, how the fuck am I, like, why would you just spoil everything for me right there? 24th February, 10:13 a.m., Mr. Natsume's room.
Oh, well done, Mr. Sholmes. How simply marvelous of you to uncover the secret hiding place in just one day.
Wasn't it supposed to take 30 minutes? It was.
As I believe I told you, my dear fellows, skin prints are extremely useful in such situations. Wouldn't you agree, Gregson?
God damn. Oh my god!
Greg's been happily munching in agreement this whole time, you know, Hurley.
Doesn't he have, like, some shit with her where, like, he does whatever she says or something? Is that why they're both here?
Happily, I think perhaps humorlessly might be closer to the truth. So, it transpires the man fashioned a hiding place in the ceiling.
And what's in it? What exactly is the loot?
Let us Just look then, if you're ready. Let's examine whatever he just said.
What the? What is that? Oh.
It looks to be some sort of neckband or collar.
A collar? It's huge, though.
And look at all the gemstones set in it. I can see why it was claimed to be worth £1,000. Perhaps I could have it as a belt.
How tiny is she?
Oh, have you noticed on the inside there are some dark stains.
It's blood. Oh my god. You don't think they could be blood, do you? I mean, there's quite a lot of it.
On second thoughts, perhaps I wouldn't have it as a belt. And of course, there's this emblem here. A large letter B and a small crown.
Who the fuck could that be? Do we know anybody like that? What does it signify, do you think?
Oh, I hadn't noticed that! I feel as though I've seen that emblem somewhere before, you know? Where could it have been? That's enough of that, I think.
What? What's the matter with Mr. Sholmes? All the color's drained from his face.
Well, Inspector, I believe you ought to be taking this one too. It can be valuable evidence after all. It must be kept safely under lock and key.
Ah, yes. Get your grubby hands off there, you lot, and hand it over! Now!
What do the adults know that we don't? I'd never seen a collar that large before, and all those jewels certainly looked to be extremely valuable. But that's not what stood out the most to me, at least not once I'd noticed. Those dark marks on the inside of the collar, those stains. Could they really have been blood? Oh my god, I don't fucking care, actually. I'm gonna be so for real. I'm like 6 minutes after. I know I said I was gonna make this one a little longer, but like, not if I don't fucking care. Like, they just talk so fucking much. Oh, they're gonna have a word. You can't write about this case. It's out of the question. Why not? You can't write the second part. Why can't they talk about it? I do forget, like, I remember that she's a kid, but like, I do forget that, like,
And so
he's
it
like...
was that the second of Souseki-san's cases became buried in obscurity.
Who the fuck is that?
Now, looking back, I feel I understand.
Who the fuck is... Who's...
I can see why Mr. Sholmes forbade Iris from publishing the story.
If that's Ryunosuke, you're a fucking idiot, dude. Why did they make him
It would
British?
take a little longer before I saw the link between everything that had happened and would happen. For it wasn't until 2 months after the arrival of Susato-san's letter that events began to unfurl again.
Like, what
With an
accent is
incident
that?
that took place at the very heart of the eagerly awaited Great Exhibition of London.
Whatever, I don't care. I don't even care, man. Okay, so there's investigation, trial 1, trial 2, investigation, trial 3, trial 4. Okay. So we just have to get through each part. So really it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I can do that. I can do that. That's not bad. That's not bad. I can get that done. I can knock that shit out. Yeah, I mean this one only took what, 18 episodes? Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus Christ. Well, for now, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. I'm going to end the episode and then we will do the next trial.